In this video, we're going to install WooCommerce, make some basic general configuration settings, and we're going to install the Canvas WooCommerce theme, and we're going to make some basic configuration settings. The Canvas theme is not free. However, I'm going to give it to you for free so you can follow along with this course. Just use the coupon code below in the description. And so let's get started installing WooCommerce. So let's get started with Canvas. So let's go to Appearance, Themes. If you remember, we have 2015 theme in here currently. So we're going to add a new theme. And I'm going to upload it. And we're just going to click Install. And you want to activate it. And there you go. So we're going to look on the front end. And Canvas is basically a blank theme, and this is the way it looks from the front end. So we're going to set up menus and all that, and configure some settings. And now we need to add the e-commerce functionality to this site as well. So we're going to go to plugins. We're going to add new. We're going to add WooCommerce plugin. It's free. Get it from the WordPress repository. Just type in WooCommerce in your add plugin and just go ahead and install. Activate the plugin. We're going to do a few settings on WooCommerce first, and then we're going to do the settings on Canvas. So we're going to just go ahead and let WooCommerce install the default. And it's going to set up all your pages. If you remember, we had just a one test page. And now let's just go look at pages and we'll see what it's done here. It's set up a cart page, it's set up a checkout page, it's set up a my account page, set up a shop page. WooCommerce also allows you to add custom pages for whatever you need. We're not going to get into the customization part, at least not at this point in the course. We're looking for the fast, quick setup. But those are the cart pages that are now set up. Okay, so we're going to go to WooCommerce settings. Now we're going to just set up a few things. The first thing I'm going to do, I don't like anybody tracking anything here. So I'm just going to click Don't Bother Me again. My base location would be the United States. Your base location would be whatever country you're in. And I'm in Florida. There we go. And this particular country, I'm going to only sell in the United States as a pet store. So I just type first couple letters there to get there quickly. You can sell to all locations if you want. I'm just going to leave the default geolocation address. If you wanted to enable a store notice, you could, and create your notice there, like scheduled maintenance coming up, date, demo store, whatever. And my currency is going to be in dollars. You see, with the US dollars, yeah, US dollars. And I'm just going to leave that as default. And all these UK currencies done the same way ours is where you put your symbol and all. So we're going to save changes there. And on products page, US measurements in pounds, dimensions are in inches. I'm going to allow ratings reviews, ratings required for review, show verified owner label for customer reviews. So I'm just going to leave that, and we're going to go up. We're going to save those changes. and display. Shop page. This is where you can change. If you wanted to use custom pages, you could. I'm going to leave all the default. Shop page, it's going to be shop page. Page displays your products. Default category display. You could also obviously change that to show products, so categories are both. I'm just going to leave it to show products. Default product sorting. You can choose your sorting here by rating. But most recent, I'm just going to leave it as the default. I'm going to leave all these things as default. Product images. This is where you set your crops at. What we're going to do is we're going to leave this alone for now, because we're going to have to check our theme out to see what size images it takes in various spots. So we're just going to save those changes. Enable lightbox. That's when someone clicks on a picture, it pops up into a lightbox. Inventory. I'm going to enable stock management. Obviously, shipping physical products. If you're doing digital products, you really don't need stock management enabled. And I'm going to leave low stock notification out of stock notifications. And of course, you'll want to put a correct email in here so you can be notified. And you can set your thresholds here. And if a stock is out of stock, then you can have hide the stock from being displayed. In other words, it will just say out of stock at the moment. And this shows you the format, 12 in stock, if you want to display that. So I don't know if I made any changes or not on that. Downloadable products. This is where if you're doing digital goods. Force downloads an option. XXL download, redirect only. I don't know much about the XXL redirect send file. I do know redirect only is the least secure method. Force downloads is what I use. It will bring the download links and all right there in the order for your customer. Taxes. I'm going to enable tax calculations because this is products sold retail. You can have the prices on your storefront show the price including tax, but I'm going to leave mine where you have your price, your taxes added at the cart. Calculate taxes based on customer shipping or the shop base. I'm going to calculate taxes based on the customer shipping address, because if they're not in my state, obviously I don't want them to be taxed. Shipping classes. Shipping classes is something we're going to spend another video on, because we'll be adding various shipping classes of various things. We're going to round taxes at the subtotal level rather than on a per line basis. And we're going to leave that as default. Display prices in shop excluding taxes. Display prices during cart checkout excluding taxes. Yeah, we're going to leave that. And we're going to leave those as default. And display tax totals as a single total. So when they're ready to check out, all their products together will have one tax line instead of all of them having a tax line. On checkout, we're going to allow the use of coupons. I don't really like guest checkout, but you can leave it. We're going to leave it at this point. This is where they don't have to register for an account. But it's just really a matter of your choice. For secure checkout, in this particular case, I don't have secure certificate on this server, but you could force your secure server certificate to be used on the checkout page. And of course, your checkout page, I have cart. I'm just leaving it at the default, and then the checkout pages is checkout. We'll create a page later for terms. We don't have one created right now. And we're just going to leave the defaults here. And I'm going to go ahead and enable PayPal. That's going to be default. This is what comes out of the box. You can have a direct bank transfer. You can have them send a check, cash on delivery. If you want to use their Simplified commerce, you can do credit card. You can extend this functionality greatly. You can go look at pluginforge.com. Look under payment gateways. There's a whole bunch of different payment gateways you can use. So we're going to make sure all this stuff is not enabled. I don't want to enable that. I just want to use PayPal for this particular example. So we're going to go through each one of these, make sure they're not enabled. Did that save? I guess it did. And I don't want to enable check payment. And that's not enabled. I want to make sure PayPal is enabled. Enable PayPal standard. We'll go through here, PayPal description. This will be right there at the box when they go to checkout. You can pay with a credit card if you don't have a PayPal account. I like to leave that. Of course, you want to put your PayPal email there. You can create a sandbox that test everything out. You create a sandbox account there. Basically allows you to run credit cards through PayPal without actually charging a credit card. Excuse me. I'm going to leave enable login off. Receiver email. You would want to put an email there where you want to receive notifications. PayPal identity token. This is optional. Invoice prefix if you want to invoice it. If you're doing multiple stores on one PayPal account, you know, PayPal only allows, you don't want duplicate, PayPal won't allow duplicate invoices basically from each store off one account. So you can just, like if I wanted to, I could change this to say PC for standing for Pet Crazy and then appends whatever invoice number. You can send shipping details to PayPal instead of billing, but PayPal, they do the address verification, so I don't recommend doing that. And then address override. PayPal verifies address, therefore the setting can cause errors. I got that completely backwards. Address override, that's the one you really don't want to check. You can check this if you want, for your shipping labels, if you're using PayPal for your shipping labels. You can set your payment actions to capture or just authorize if you want to capture it once the order is in the box and out to your shipper. We're just going to leave it at capture here. And page style, we're going to leave the default there. And you get your API credentials from PayPal. You go to your profile settings. I think it's in your business settings. And you can get all that information there. We're not actually going to charge here, so I'm not going to do that at this time. But you go to your PayPal account to do that. Simplified commerce, I just want to make sure it is not enabled. Okay, it's not. Okay, shipping. We want to enable shipping. We want to enable shipping calculator. This is out of the box. You got flat rate, free shipping, international, local pickup. There's again at pluginforge.com. There are many extensions. FedEx, UPS, table rate shipping, which is very popular if you have a complex shipping methods that you want to do. I recommend the table rate shipping for that. So that's what it's capable of doing. Hide shipping costs until address is entered. You can do that. We're going to do that. Well, no, actually we're going to leave that off because we're not doing anything complicated here. Display shipping method with radio buttons. If you're offering more than one shipping method, like if you're selling products, say buy $75 worth of products, you get free shipping. If not, you're going to get priority shipping or whatever shipping. We're going to get into shipping a whole lot more in future video tutorials. But I would do display shipping methods with radio buttons so they can check. It will list all the methods. This here they have to use a drop down, but it will list all the methods for the shipping, and they can select which one they want. If free shipping is available, it will show up. If it's not, it won't show up. So it depends on how you configure your shipping. Again, that's a whole video by itself. Shipping destination, default to shipping address, default to billing address. and only ship to the user's billing address. Again, the user's going to be able to change this. Your customer's going to be able to change this on their end where they want. So we're just going to leave it default to billing address, and they can change it as they're checking out. And ship to all countries you sell. And for now, we're just going to select flat rate, and that's how we're going to start, with a flat rate. But we're going to do some more advanced shipping tutorials, but we're just getting started here, so we're going to save those changes. We'll make sure things aren't enabled that we don't want to use. We'll look through these quickly. And I'm going to leave free shipping enabled. And flat rate needs to be enabled. We need to make sure it's enabled. And we will get into this a little bit more again in a shipping video. And accounts. Let's go take a look at account settings. See, my account page. Remember, WooCommerce created that. View orders, edit accounts. You could change all these things. Just make sure you have a page for them. Enable registration on the checkout page. And I like to enable it on my accounts page. That way you don't have to put a registration tab. They can just click on my accounts and they will see a place to register if they don't already have an account with you. Display a returning customer login reminder on the checkout page. We're going to leave that. Automatically generate username from the customer email, so their customer email will be their username. I'm going to leave that. You can automatically generate their password too. I know I don't like it when shops do that to me. I prefer to use my own password. Emails is going to be a different video, but we're just going to, right now we're just going to leave this as is, and we'll take a look at the default emails on a test order. And you can go through each one of these and make changes to each individual email. Eventually what we're going to do is pull all this stuff into a child theme at a later video, so we can make customizations that updates to WooCommerce won't change. But you can do all this. And Webhooks is something for more advanced users doing a little programming and stuff. You can add some webhooks here. We're not going to even get into that at all. Okay, so if you have issues with WooCommerce, one thing I want to show you is about system status. And right here, WP memory limit, which can be changed. Anyhow, there's a link there to show you how to increase the memory limit. You may need to get your host provider to do that. But you're looking here and you're making sure everything's okay on settings. If you have issues, that's the first place you want to look. You can also get a system report here as well. If you need support from WooCommerce, they do require system report. And of course you got tools and logs. That's about all we're going to cover there. I want to get back to the Canvas theme, and we're going to check the settings in the Canvas theme real quick. Here we will, in the next video, we're going to get into the customizing our store, but this is where you can make some customizations right here. And we're going to actually, let's go ahead and we want to display dynamic breadcrumbs on our website. And let me see, anything else we want to do right at this point. We're going to come back and general styling. General styling, right now, let's go look at it. Right now we have the boxed styling here. I want to change it to full width. Let me see here. We're going to customize some of these colors later as we go along. This is for your general text font stylings here. We're going to leave the defaults, but that's not the only place that text is change that. There's other places too, because that's not going to affect all the text on all your site. So layout, site width, I'm going to go maximum of 1600. The main layout, I think a right sidebar will be alright. This can be overridden on individual pages and posts. I'll show you that later as well. Footer widgets, we're going to do two. We'll do 2 footer widgets here. You don't want to check that because we want to leave everything responsive to the enable fixed mobile layout. We don't want the box layout. We just want 1600. That makes the full layout. We can adjust margins and stuff, but really we need to look and see what our site looks like as we add products. We're going to have to add products to our database and stuff before we actually get a good feel for how we want the site to look. So we're just going to go ahead and save this as is. Header and footer. Again, we're going to do custom logos and stuff like that. We're going to, as we build our store, we're going to do that. We're going to be more interested in getting products into the database to start with. Navigation. Again, we will get more into that. See top navigation, primary navigation. We'll just leave the defaults there. So we'll get into more customizing our store. Post. And we're going to leave this, see where a lot of your fonts for your post are actually adjusted here and not on that other one, just so a lot of people get confused about that because they change it in under general settings or general styling, and then it doesn't change on their website and they wonder why. Again, widgets, you change some text styling on your widgets here in colors. Magazine template, business template, slider settings. Let's see what WooCommerce has here. We're going to leave those alone for now. Okay, custom placeholder. We may add a custom placeholder image like I have at pluginforge.com. I have download software now that shows up on everything that I don't have a featured image set for. Dynamic images. Probably just going to leave the defaults here. Yeah, we'll leave the defaults here in the dynamic images. Subscribe and connect. If you want to use this, you can enable it there. And contact page. I'm not even going to use the contact page here. I'm going to use a plugin called Fast Secure Contact Forms. I just happen to like it better, so we're not even going to bother with that. And filters, hooks, and we're going to go under the layout tab here. We're going to skip the filters and hooks and the remove 10 thumb and framework. We're not going to bother with that. Load into customizations you make to the layout using the options below. So we can have 2 column left, and we're going to leave that exactly as is. So there's no changes we need to make there. So our settings are done for both Canvas and WordPress. We'll be changing more settings as we go along. But this is just to get you started, and we now have the Canvas theme installed. And the next video, what we're going to do, we're going to start adding products to the database, and we'll cover things. We're probably going to cover product variations as well in the next video. And once we get a few products added to the database, the video after that, I want to get into the shipping methods because we're going to need to be able to ship our products properly and make sure it's charged accordingly. So those are the next 2 videos coming up after this one. And I'll try to release a video a week, most likely on Tuesdays. So I'm going to try and start and get to a schedule of releasing videos on Tuesdays. It gives me a week to make it and edit it and all that. But anyhow, don't forget about the coupon code located in the description of this website. If you like this video, how about give me a like, share, comment, or any of the above. And visit skeeterse71.com for more video tutorials on covering everything from web design, graphic design, lots of WordPress videos, stuff of that nature. It's all free. And you have a good day.